Now, more and more people than ever before are looking to make a move to South Florida, and today we're going to be dropping the answers to 5 of the most commonly asked questions we're getting from people all over the country. Now, chances are some of these questions are the exact same ones that you have, so stay tuned and we're going to dive right into this. Hey, what's up everyone? My name's Rob Zeoli and I'm a realtor right here in South Florida. And if you're looking for a channel that talks about moving, living, and playing down here in South Florida, then this is definitely the channel for you. So don't forget to subscribe to it and tap the notifications to be notified anytime that I go ahead and drop a new video. Now, we are getting calls every single day from people just like you from all over the country that are looking to make a move to the South Florida area. So whether you're looking to move in 6 days or 6 months, give me a call or send me a text, an email, or even a comment, and I look forward to helping you make it a smooth transition with your move down here to South Florida. Now, I moved down here to South Florida, specifically the greater Fort Lauderdale area, about 16 years ago, and I had the benefit of having a family member that lived here, and I had visited the area several times before I made the move, so I kind of had an idea of where I wanted to be. Now, more and more lately, we're getting a lot of calls from people that are relocating down here to South Florida, and they have the same questions and concerns that I had, but a lot of them have never been to South Florida and really don't know the area, so they have specific questions. And without a doubt, the number one question we get from people that are looking to move here and don't know the area is about location. Is this a good area? And this is really kind of like a multi-pronged question. Whether it's about the neighborhood or schools and specifically crime. So one thing you need to know off the bat is that as a licensed real estate agent, I am prohibited from really discussing or favoring one neighborhood over another based on any specific criteria, whether it be schools, crime, anything like that. I cannot either tell someone one neighborhood is better than the other or one neighborhood is worse than the other. To answer the question, is there crime here in South Florida? Absolutely. Are there some areas that have better rated schools than others? Absolutely. Now, this is all public information, and anything that I would say would be based on these public information sites. And usually what we do is just direct the consumer, a buyer, to these sites so they can do their due diligence on their own. Now, there are certain sites that we use a lot when coming up with some information for these videos, or that we recommend to prospective buyers looking to relocate. As far as schools, you can check out greatschools.org. As far as any sort of neighborhood data, we can go to niche.com or bestplaces.net, and all of them will give you, based on rankings, information about a particular neighborhood, test scores as far as schools, crime rates, and this way you can compare and contrast different areas for yourself. Now, one thing I remember reading or hearing about data is that if you really torture the data enough, you can really get it to say anything that you want. So you could look at a particular city and look at the information and really be influenced one way or the other if you keep really analyzing the data. But the truth of the matter is, every area has schools. Some are rated higher than others. Some areas have more crime than others as per the data that's out there as public record. So it's really it's kind of a hard thing to kind of discuss and really pinpoint. It's really tough to answer this question to people that have never been here and that kind of rely on our expertise to steer them in the right direction. But there's really not much we can say about it. Now, we really have a process that we stick to when it comes to working with someone. We'll do an initial phone call, but when someone comes down here that does not know the area, we always insist and encourage them to spend the first 2-3 days or however long it takes to go out and drive some of these areas. So we ask a ton of questions about what your goals are, what your criteria is as far as a house, your price range, where you want to be commuting to, how far you want the commute to be. If you want to check out schools and school ratings, we'll recommend these sites to you so you can do your due diligence about anything you want to know about crime rate, schools, things like that. and then you can make your determination when you get here. But we'll make a list for you depending on price range and kind of really commute. And then, like I said, you'll go out those first couple of days and do your due diligence, drive through the neighborhoods. We recommend you go different times of the day and spend as much time as you need. We're really not going to be involved in this situation or this process with you. First of all, you want to do it and make your own determination. You don't want to be influenced by anybody. Secondly, we can't really discuss that anyway. And third, it's a very huge investment that you're making. So you definitely want to spend the time needed to make sure that you're making the right decision for you and for your family. Now, the second most frequently asked question we get is about the weather. So weather-wise here in South Florida, summertimes, it's very hot. We have pleasant weather most of the year, but we are an area that gets hurricanes, and that is the concern for a lot of people that are moving here. So hurricane season goes from June through the end of November, and a lot of people ask about the hurricane season. So we've been very, very lucky for well over a decade now that we haven't had like a real direct hit, but there is always that chance that we will have a hurricane. So you just have to be prepared. Like I said on many, many other videos, you'll know way ahead of time when a hurricane is tracking towards this area. So we have plenty of notice. It's not like tornadoes where they just really come out of nowhere and you don't have much advance notice. Now, there are certain things that you're going to want to do to be prepared. First of all, you want to make sure your house has adequate hurricane protection. A generator, a portable generator is definitely nice to have because sometimes when you get the hurricane coming and it's a few days out, it'll be very hard or very tough to actually be able to go out and buy one. But that's one of the things that people are concerned about. Another thing is flooding. We got a lot of questions regarding flooding. So we really don't have an issue with flooding here in South Florida. Obviously, this depends on if it's hurricane season and if a tropical storm or hurricane is coming and hits the area. That's really going to change things drastically when it comes to flooding. We get questions a lot about living on the east side or by the beach and flooding and things like that. And it's really, again, something that you don't have to worry about unless we're going to have a storm or there is a storm actually in process here in the state. But generally, South Florida is pretty good. They have some very sophisticated systems having to do with the natural waterways and canals that we have connected to some of the community drainage systems that are designed to, keep the flooding under control or the water level under control, protecting businesses and residents. So flooding and hurricanes is definitely a concern. It just comes with the territory. If you're going to live in South Florida, it's just part of the way of life down here. You're going to have to be ready for a potential hurricane. Now, another question we get frequently is about the wildlife and specifically alligators. So South Florida, we have alligators here. It's really not something you need to worry about in the really densely populated areas, but you do have to worry about it. I have a lot of clients or some clients that have asked that have pets and, they want to buy or the house they're interested is on a canal. And, it's just always something that you have to keep in mind. It's not like you're going to see gators back and forth going up and down the canal all the time, but there are times when there is an incident. So there's, several different incidents that I remember throughout the years. Right here in Sunrise, I remember recently there was a story about a gator going up and down the canal that had someone's pet in their mouth. I do know someone personally that their pet was taken right from their dock or their bank. They lived on the water or a canal here right in Plantation. Recently, again, I think this was in Hollywood, some lady was walking her dog in a park, and I think she had let the dog get too close to the edge of the water. The gator came to attack the dog. She went to protect it, and unfortunately, she was dragged in, and the alligator took her. So you definitely have to worry about it or keep it in mind, but it's not like, there's gators walking all over the street, in really, really densely populated residential areas. But you can be pretty sure that there's always a chance that there will be a gator in the water. All these canals and waterways are connected some way. Now, also, don't forget here in Florida, we have a lot of other creatures and critters you should know about. Now, we have sharks. We have flying big cockroaches called palmetto bugs, which I absolutely hate. We have iguanas, big iguanas, and they're actually a nuisance pet. And, you know, if you live on a canal and have a pool, you know, very good chance they're going to be hanging out in your yard. They're nuisance pets, so you can eliminate them if you want. We also have snakes. Some are poisonous. We have rattlesnakes, cottonmouth, or water moccasins, they call them. We also have poisonous spiders, brown recluse spiders, black widow spiders. We also have fire ants. So, and don't forget mosquitoes. We have mosquitoes at night. You're going to get bit by mosquitoes. So, you know, South Florida has our share of critters. But as far as gators, they are here. Nothing you can do about it. But, you know, just not something you're really going to be worrying about going about your everyday life. If you have a pet and you have a yard with a canal, definitely be careful by the edge of the water with your pet when it comes to gators. Now, another question we get frequently is about specific neighborhoods. Is it walkable? Where are the neighborhoods that are walkable? And the answer to that is Florida is not a very walkable area. Now, each city will have some sort of a downtown or a main shopping center, or, you know, a main area where it's kind of walkable. But when I think of walkable, I come from New York. So to me, walkable means you leave your house without a car and you can kind of spend the day going out and about and doing whatever you want to do and come back without using a car. So I was able to walk down the street or walk a little while to any number of train stations, and from there I could go to any of the boroughs throughout New York, whether it's the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, down to the city, really, and spend your entire day doing whatever you want, whether it's shopping or going and checking out the sites or going to work. I used to work in Manhattan. I never took the car. Much easier to take the subway. So much different world than here in South Florida. Now, we do have public transportation that can be used, but you know, as far as it being a walkable area, I can tell you right now, you're going to want to have a car here in South Florida. Obviously not everyone can have a car, but to answer the question, is it walkable? Not really. Definitely going to have to think about having a car here in South Florida, but we do have public transportation. Just know that having a car is definitely, in my opinion, a must when moving here to South Florida. Now, another frequently asked question, and most of the times this is coming from the younger generation, has to do with seniors, and if there's a lot of seniors and old people here in the state of Florida. And yeah, obviously Florida is a place where people come when they retire for a lot of different reasons. For the weather, no different than Arizona and any warm climate, and it's just a way of life. It's a lot more laid back, a lot more recreational things to do. Now, the state of Florida and South Florida in general have a bunch of different retirement or 55 and over communities that are really cool because they're designed to have a lot of amenities, a lot of activities, and a lot of seniors really like to live there because it gives them a lot of things to do. You know, there's a lot of community involved in there. So yeah, there's a lot of seniors here in the state. So again, this is really no different than, say, Arizona or any other state that has a warmer climate. As the body ages, just like mine does, you know, you tend to not handle the cold or like the cold as much. So you're going to be looking for some sort of a warmer climate. But Florida in general, there's a lot of other benefits that people might not realize when it comes to when people want to retire. And this is a financial aspect to this. Now, most people know that the state of Florida does not have any personal state income tax when it's time to come to your taxes. But for seniors or people that are retired, the state of Florida does not tax retirement income or Social Security benefits. Now, also, the state of Florida does not have any estate tax or inheritance tax. Our property taxes are very reasonable, so it makes the state very appealing for seniors that are looking to save money during their retirement. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I really hope you found this information helpful. And again, if you're looking to make that move to South Florida, send me a text, give me a call, leave me a comment, and I'd be happy to help you with your moves and make it a very smooth transition with your move here to South Florida. Again, my name is Robert. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.